That was pretty cool. The one we did with how's Brian doing?
Brian, yeah, right. That was great.
Because I finally got that solo down now. Then it would use me.
Right.
Yeah, anyway.
That'll be on our DVD though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's so cool. What kind of picks do you use?
I've got these ultra heavy.
Because I just this Jim Dunlop Delrino, if you can see this.
Yeah.
This I've used since for like 30 years or more. They just putting out my signature series now on Jim Dunlop. It's so cool. I mean, they come in different colors, come in red and white and black.
Those are heavy.
This
right?
is 1.5.
Wow.
But the reason for that, I think I remember I told you that before. It's like when you do I don't know if you can hear this, but if you play like legato,
yeah,
like that, right?
Here, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, let's say you play legato. If I play,
wait a minute, Ingve, back up a little bit so I could see your picking hand.
Oh,
there you go.
All right. But anyway, basically, but what my whole point was with these picks is that you have two brain halves. And when this brain half makes this movement,
yeah,
this one has to do the movement in coordination.
Right.
If this pick bends, there's a slight delay in the actual, the
note coming out. Yeah.
So basically, if you want to pick like really like I don't really do that, but if you want to do that, like the exact,
you have to have a very stiff.
Because otherwise some people have these bending picks, which is cool, I guess, but it doesn't work for me. So don't
I get that. It kind of feels like you're walking on paper or something when you have those.
Yeah. It's like
in picks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what's so interesting? I mean, I've followed your technique since the day you hit the scene and stunned us basically. And then, up to just our last tour when we were jamming inches away from each other, Yeah. And I still watch what you do, and I can't figure out what you're doing. You're knitting.
But you want to hear something really funny?
Yeah.
I played, like I told you, I played guitar like a mad person, 15, 16, 17 hours a day, and fall asleep with the guitar on me, like getting up with the guitar when I was a little kid. But the first time I even looked at my picking hand was in 1983, I think it was, when I was doing an interview with Japan Young Guitar. They go, "How do you hold your pick?" And I look down and I go, like this.
I don't know.
I never thought about these things. I never thought about this alternate. And they have this whole thing about what I'm doing, sweep picking. That's not sweep picking. That with our bedrooms, because sweep would be that like that.
Right.
But it's not. It's I don't even know what it is. But it's basically what I always was most concerned with. Like I told you before, like I record all the time in my studio I had when I was a little kid. I would listen to what it sounded like, and when I heard what I didn't like, I said, "No, I got to make that better." And I didn't think about how to do it. I just wanted
how to do it. Right. It's kind of like you use your mind.
No, your
ear. And your ear.
Yeah.
Your ear. Yeah.
Exactly.
And you didn't have to think about what to do. It just happened.
There wasn't any instructional videos. There wasn't nothing.
Right.
So, and it's not like when you take violin lessons, it's a 400-year-old technique.
Yeah. Right.
That's 400 years settled.
Yeah.
This what
we
do.
You're not going to be changing that.
What we do there's no such thing.
Right.
Because the guitar per se was meant to be played like this.
Yeah. But the interesting point that you make that I know that we try to explain it is when you were learning, when you were carving your style, it wasn't so much a focus on what your fingers were doing, but it was your ears that was you knew, because you had told me that when you were young you had a tape of violin players, right?
But
And
what it was, no, what it was like back then, as I said before, there was one TV channel, maybe two, and so when something was on,
right.
you saw it, you know. And I remember when
Yeah,
I was
you
like
saw it.
12 or 13, I think it was 12, and I heard this violinist solo, just violin playing like this. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I
And I
know.
took one of my boom boxes and put in front of the TV like this to record audio. And at the end of
Right,
the
right. Yeah,
program,
okay, yeah, that's it.
it's Nicola Paganini's 24 Capricious. And I'm like,
Oh,
motherfucker, all that stuff about the arpeggios. That's, you know, this is the Paganini's fifth Caprice, number 5. That's in the
yeah,
24. And I just decided, like, it was such a weird thing because why would one think like this, you know? But I
yeah,
said,
yeah,
I want to do that, you know, on a
yeah,
guitar,
yeah.
which is impossible. You can't do that.
Until you decided to do it.
But I decided to give it my best, you know. So
Yeah.
that's basically where I got the whole idea of that. That's why I never really got into the humbucking pickups that much, because they tend to have a little less definition.
Right, right.
You know,
But when you were
these are humbucking pickups. You see, donkeys, but the
yeah,
humbuck,
they're stacked.
yeah. But what I'm saying is that type of pickup window, so to speak, they call it.
Yeah.
It gives you,
But
you lose out a little bit too. You don't get as much harmonics like the cool Van Halen sound and stuff. You can't do that.